You all know Skip Murphy. He is our granite rock.
Yay!
Skip is here very graciously videotaping for us tonight, but he has a few things to say. Thank you, Skip.
Yeah, I am much more comfortable on the other side of the camera than what I am here, so forgive me if I'm just a little nervous. But after listening to both Ken and Eileen, thank you, and the other speakers, I felt that I needed to bring something to you because of where I was this past weekend. First off, I love the phrase, livability versus liberty. That is a great phrase, and oftentimes we have to have a meme, a source of messaging, and that is a perfect way to encapsulate it. Another way is calling these types of folks trying to do this to us, and make no mistake, they are trying to do this to us. Watermelon environmentalists. Green on the outside, red on the inside. You need to understand that, because as Jack said, there are going to be others with think that you've got a tinfoil cap on, but all you have to do is think that, watch what they do. Forget about what they say. See what they do, and here's the reason why. Granite Rock was asked to participate in a weekend-long event hosted by the Heritage Foundation and the Franklin Center for Journalism and Public Integrity. A bunch of us bloggers, as well as a bunch of professional journalists, were all put together through a series of workshops to say, how do you do what you do? How do you do it better? Here are some resources to make things better. And if any of you are familiar with the name of Andrew Breitbart,
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
they also had the first annual Breitbart Awards this past Friday night. And I will tell you that Andrew Breitbart, who I had the greatest opportunity to interview several times, has changed what we're doing at Granite Rock. So we're going to be getting involved in things like this, more investigative reporting, but we are going to need some help. And I'll tell you why. At the same time in Providence that this was meeting, there was the Netroots Nation. If some of you who are active in the blogosphere know what Daily Kos is, or Daily Coast, depending how you want it, well, this is their annual progressive, liberal, big meet, greet, smile, and everything else. So a bunch of us decided to grab our cameras and go visit these people. And I will tell you, the person who, excuse me, most represents what these folks are talking about there actually shook my hand, and he signed a book for me. You all know him probably. His name is Van Jones. And we just happened to see him walking over for a book signing. A group of us liberty-minded type folks, rabble-rousers somewhat, got in line and we filmed it. It's up on Granite Rock. No confrontations. But I'll tell you, we were asked before, how would you want your book personalized by Van Jones? I said, Skip Murphy. And then when I get up there, I said, would you politely add one more line? To the loyal opposition. And he looked up at me, kind of chuckled a little bit, and then he added one more line. And that is, this is what democracy is all about. Now, loyal opposition, one side versus the other, most of us have an idea of what democracy means, what the opposition means. I will reiterate what was said before. Learn your definition, because I will guarantee you what he means by democracy is not what we mean by democracy. This stuff is being done to us, not for us, and not by us. As I wandered that hall, and this is, again, in the context of the Wisconsin recall having failed, a more dismal pack of people I could not see. But I will tell you, all of these folks are progressives. Many of them are communists. All of them believe that they are part of an elite group of people who should be able to have the ability, almost a God-given ability, except not all of them believe in God, to be able to say how the rest of us should live our lives. This is part of that. And I will close in saying, we do need to make a stand. We are in, as was said several times during the Breitbart Awards, we are in a cold civil war. This is no longer, and I believe, no longer just the arena of public ideas or war of philosophies. We are literally in a philosophical civil war as to how this country is going to go forward from here on out. Do we go by the progressives, starting in with the Marxists back in the 1880 Frankfurt School, or do we go back a little bit further to the founders? Between the two, the Frankfurt School, the progressives, Marxists, regressive, because all it is just another group of elites telling everybody else what to do. The real radical ideas were put forth by the founders of our nation, who said, we, all of us individually, get to decide for ourselves. These people in front of me here are helping to expose the people who would have us revert to serfdom. Thank you.
Croc TV.